Tonight on Monday Night Football, the Los Angeles Chargers square off against the Las Vegas Raiders, two titans of the NFL clashing. It's now time to cram for the showdown slate.
I suffer from a debilitating condition known as atrophic chokitis.
Peter's one of the greatest depositors I've ever seen.
Trust the process. Let's go. Let's go.
I got auto matched with Levitan. This is bullshit.
If I just go the other way in that 66, I win all the money. All the money.
If I had 150 lineups, I'd win too.
Process over results.
Illuminati make a bitch go crazy. I don't know which one of these my baby. Bust out AP, coach 5 bullets in your head like KD. Bust it, bitch go bust it. And I had 10 pints with me in Russia.
Hey everyone.
What's going on, guys? It has been a long day. I have not left my desk. I just noticed that my coffee cup is still at my desk. Normally, I'm a bit of a neat freak, and I do my dishes. But today, no, not today. I've been hunkered down. All I've eaten today is a banana and some cashews. What am I doing? Mondays are busy for me. Mondays are very busy, and now we will cap things off with a showdown cram. Tony wants us to flip this slate on its head 45 minutes before kickoff. I think there's going to be no slate flipping. We are getting Josh Jacobs playing tonight, so no other slate flipping here. Trevor says, I had my worst DFS week yesterday. Let's get this money. That's right. This is how we get even. We get even on the showdown slates. This is what we do. Joshua, all you do, your only bit is touting Julio Jones. Julio Jones, for one, isn't playing tonight. He didn't even play this week. Josh, we need you to find a different Julio Jones. How we doing? Drink the coffee. All right. Well, it's just for you. I have a little bit left in here. Cold brew. We call that cold brew. Let's see. All right. So this slate, let's do it what we always do and pull up Run the Sims here. By the way, as I've been mentioning to you guys this week, free week at Run the Sims. This is great news for all the rent seekers, the people who don't like to pay for anything. You can sign up for Run the Sims with a free account. You can come in here, play with all of the tools. I highly recommend messing around on a showdown slate. I believe the free trial will lock on Thursday. So sneak it in tonight, sneak it in on Thursday. I think you guys will have fun with it. You guys see me mess around with it on the shows. You can play with it on your own. You can use the rangefinder tool for player props. It's how I found myself liking Derek Carr tonight, over 285.5 passing yards, all of that good stuff. Let's go ahead, though, and see what the Sims are telling us for tonight. Establish the Sims. That's right. Run the Sims, establish them. Here we go. So I was looking at this earlier, and again, as a caveat for how these Sims are working is these are using the baseline assumptions here. So we're using implied team totals for how Vegas sees this game going. Las Vegas scoring 24.3 points, Chargers scoring 27.8. We'll notice here the Raiders in this scenario have a very low rush rate. They have been very pass heavy. Sam Hoppen had a chart out earlier this week. Pat Thorman has talked about this in his Pace article, but these two teams on paper projected to have the most expected combined plays in this game. So everything is pointing toward a lot of plays, a lot of passing in this game. And I think that's reflected in the low rush rates for both of these teams here. So that's just giving you some baseline assumptions for what this optimal result is spitting out. And now we have the Sims here. We are seeing Derek Carr, Justin Herbert. No surprise that the quarterbacks are showing at the top. That generally happens on these showdown slates. The immediate leverage point that jumped out to me was just Darren Waller frequency here in the captain. We're seeing 18.5% captain in these simulated lineups relative to an ownership percentage around 13%. ETR even has it a little lower at 11.6%. The one ownership projection in here that stood out to me, and I don't know I think this might be off. I don't envision Mike Williams getting up to 16% as a captain just because of where his salary is at and how much it constricts things. I think he's probably going to be down more in the 10% range. And then Keenan Allen is going to probably be the more preferred captain here. I think 14% is about right. But this Mike Williams one seems a little high to me, especially relative to his total own. I think he'll, his flex own. I could see him being a little higher flex and less captain. It is hoodie weather. Thank you very much. I got my thought leader hoodie on today. I do have hoodies up in the store. We got ship chasing hoodies. We got man's hoodies. We got Club Top Shot hoodies. If there's any specific designs you guys would like, I'm working on getting some DFS specific ones, but I recently changed my merch provider. No longer TeePublic. I got the good stuff, Bella Canvas hoodies. They're very comfy, very good quality. So if you want a hoodie, let me know. And if you are a member in the Discord, you get discounts on merchandise. So hit me up on that. Oh no. Oh no. Breaking news. Hang on. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. It's Mike Williams' birthday, but it's Mike Williams' birthday. Mike Williams' birthday season. Have you guys heard that it's Mike Williams' birthday? I can't believe I just fudded Mike Williams captain ownership and I didn't realize it was his birthday. My God. Start over, rerun The Sims with the birthday booster. I'm gonna call Justin up right now and tell him to add the birthday booster to The Sims. I mean, do we not even know what we're doing here with these narratives? My goodness. Oh, thank you for reminding me that, Willis. I'm literally writing that down right now. I need to add Splash Play merch to the store. Thank you. This is why Willis is my accountant. He keeps me on track. I write it down in my notebook. We're good to go. Let's see how some of these custom lineups are looking here. Let me pull out here. My new favorite addition, you guys saw me talking about this last show, is we now have some ownership, which obviously is just the total of all the ownership projections added up, and then the product own, which is far more valuable. Forgive me if I've done this spiel before, but I do just want to continue to describe it for people who might not know. So some ownership would be if you have two guys that are 25% owned each, your sum ownership is 50%, right? But if you have two guys or one guy that is 40% and the other guy is 10%, that is going to have a much lower product ownership. And so the difference between those, even though they have the same sum ownership, the product ownership is different and more reflective of how unique that lineup will be. So some ownership, I don't like using it because I don't think it shows everything you need, but we do have the product ownership in here, and you can immediately see this lineup here at the top that is appeared in The Sims the most, 12 times, has a product ownership of 447. So this is an incredibly chalky lineup. Based on the ownership projections, this makes sense. It's a Chargers onslaught with Darren Waller coming back. So if you think you're doing a 5-1 with Waller as the bring back, probably not that unique. It is nice, though, to scroll down and start to look at some of the things in the plays that could help make your lineups unique. Down here, a 10.5 product own, and I believe it's probably the combination of the Chargers defense and Jalen Guyton really helping this one out. Jalen Guyton, I do think I could see him getting a little bit more steam in the small field stuff because he does just project as the better value or the best value of a lot of these plays. So Jalen Guyton might not be that sneaky. It's probably the inclusion of the Chargers defense here that helps. We can scroll down, find some other unique lineups. Here's one sub 10. This is a 3-3 with Hunter Renfrow as the captain here. Keenan, Derek Carr, Eckler, Raiders, and Waller. The Raiders and Renfrow at captain, making this one fairly unique. Renfro's an interesting play. Obviously, Waller is going to likely lead the team in target share, but Hunter Renfrow has been leading the wide receivers. He has a higher market share of targets than Henry Ruggs and Bryan Edwards, which is pretty interesting. And then if you guys want to put on your football guy hats, your X's and O's hats here, Staley in this Chargers defense has been keeping things underneath. They really limited Tyreek Hill last week. I forget who they played 2 weeks ago, but they had a strong showing. So if the thesis is they're not going to let Henry Ruggs and Brian Edwards, who are playing on the outside, beat them deep, you can certainly see how things would set up nicely for a Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow type of night, because we do expect the Raiders to pass. It's just where is that that production going? So I do like the Renfrow and the Waller actions. I don't know if I have the stones to play Hunter Renfrow in captain for my stuff. I'm only playing one. I'm doing a $50 single entry tonight that has 1,700 people in it. I don't know. I don't know if I need to go Renfrow there. I'll probably go with a Waller lineup. So I'll be looking at this block of lineups here. Looking at these Waller ones. Where's a unique Waller at 13%? Waller captain, Keenan, Kenyon Drake, Austin Eckler, Larry Roundtree to get unique there, and Derek Carr. I did see Joshua Kelly is an inactive for tonight. So Larry Roundtree should be getting the short yardage and the goal line work. I don't mind him as a flyer. This leaves $600 of salary on the table. Probably decently contrarian there with Kenyon Drake in the mix as well. Let me see. What is the chat saying here? Yeah, Guyton and Palmer are cheap. I think both of them are good flyers and good leverage on some of the more chalkier Mike Williams, Keenan ownership here. Joshua Frick likes Jared Cook as best value tonight. He is showing up in a lot of these lineups, it looks like. Well, 23% total, 21%. So 1 out of every 5 lineups he's showing up. Although it is interesting in some of the most frequent lineups, we're seeing Jared Cook pop up there. Yeah, Renfrow is an interesting captain play. He does unlock more of the studs than you get with Waller, obviously. Mike Zakarian is planting his flag, going with Renfrow captain tonight. He is a sneaky wide receiver one. Ginobili, please never call me Big Meat Pete again. Actually, on second thought, I'll allow it. Is this like when I call Brian Hooper Big Dick Brick? Do I get to be Big Meat Pete? I've literally never heard that one in my life. There's the new hoodie idea. Big Meat Pete. Have fun explaining to your significant others why you're wearing a Big Meat Pete hoodie. Let's see here. What else do we got? Brian Edwards is finally going to do something before the fourth quarter tonight. We shall see. We shall see. Ruggs or Renfrow? Whew. I mean, it depends. It depends on your lineup. I think Renfrow is definitely safer. He's been seeing more targets. Ruggs is clearly the boom bust play. I mean, if we look at, some of the results here, let's see. We have Ruggs showing up in 20% of total lineups. US Renfrow showing in 33%. So that if we look, another metric we can look at, I always like seeing what ETR's ceiling projections are here. They have Ruggs at 17.9 ceiling and Renfrow at a 16.7 ceiling. So that checks out to me. Renfrow appears in the simulated lineups more often because he's going to have a better projected target share and role. Ruggs, though, has the higher ceiling because when Ruggs does hit, he hits in a bigger way than Renfrow. So that checks out for me. Brandon says, if I'm not playing Big Mike, I think I want to go Herbert, Allen, and Eckler, thinking Big Mike doesn't get it done tonight. Yeah, I do think in general, Big Mike is due for a little regression, not necessarily his yardage and catch production. I think that's sustainable based on how they're using, but his touchdowns have been definitely above expectation. So I could certainly see him cooling down. It's just hard because I do think his salary is going to make him a slightly contrarian captain. Like I said, I think this ownership on his captain is high here. I do not see him coming in as the highest owned captain on the slate like we have it here. I'm pretty sure that'll be the 2 quarterbacks, Herbert and Carr. Let's see here. Any Kenyon Drake interest? Yeah, I don't hate it. It's just tough, right? With Jacobs, Barber, and Kenyon Drake. It's hard to really plant your flag on any of them, but I don't mind Kenyon Drake's price tag. Let's see how they're comparing in these optimals, these running backs here for the Raiders. We're seeing Kenyon Drake appear in 29%. We are seeing Josh Jacobs appear in 20.7%. And where's our guy, Peyton Barber? Peyton Barber down here at 3.3%. So Barber obviously taking the biggest hit because he does have that inflated price tag with the assumption that Jacobs might miss. So if you really want a galaxy brain and get contrarian, it's probably Peyton Barber, but the math does not like him. I don't think I can go to that for a Twitter name. I absolutely don't think I can change my name to Big Meat Pete on Twitter. You want me to plant your own flag, Czar? I can't plant the flag. I'm planting the flag with Waller. Waller captain tonight. I know. Crazy of me to go out on a limb and flag plant Darren Waller. 5-1 with the Drake run back, Derwin James shadow on Waller. Oh no, John. Have you been talking to Davis? Is Davis worried about Derwin James tonight? Be sure to tune in to Big Meat Pete and Big Dick Bricks, Lulz Wednesdays at 8 p.m. I always tell Brian he's got to promote the show more. What I didn't have in mind was with this tagline on a channel where people are already aware of the show, but it does have a real nice ring to it. Big Meat Pete and Big Dick Brick. There it is. Yeah, Donald Parham looks vaguely interesting. What's his sim result here? I mean, with Parham, you're just trying to get there with a touchdown. He's showing up in 6% of lineups, which I assume is probably pretty similar to the ownership he's projected to get. Yeah, only seeing him at 4%. So yeah, the PSM model where the ETR bros touting Parham tonight, is he going to get steamed? I don't hate that as a flyer, especially if everyone is playing Guyton. I think Parham could be a nice little switch there. How are those ownerships comparing? Yeah, Guyton at 16%, and then you get Parham at 4%. I don't mind that at all. If Staley is famous for inducing the run, couldn't Jacobs be sneaky good in his return? Yeah, I don't hate that. I mean, it's just the question is, we see with these guys, we saw it with Alexander Madison, Dalvin Cook last night, come back and, play 50% of the snaps. And you just kind of worry, is he going to get enough work to justify that price tag? At 7,600, he's not going to project as a great points per dollar play. But if you feel like you have a read on Jacobs getting the majority of the carries, I don't mind it at all. All right. The chat is fighting. Corey and Willis are playing heads up for rolls. Let's see it here. I'll let you guys give me one of your funky outcomes and we'll change the inputs on this. Does anyone have a certain scenario they would like to see? Do not say Donald Parham 36% target share. Other than that, within reason, maybe a game script. You guys want to see maybe the Raiders with a lead, and then we ramp up their rush rate? I think that might be easy. I'm just talking to myself now. I guess that's what this whole show is, me talking to myself. Let's do Raiders win big. Let's do Raiders like 31-21. Let's drop the rush rate a little bit for the Chargers so they're passing more. And then let's ramp up the rush rate for the Raiders because they have a lead. Let's do that. And let's see what it spits out here. Yeah, that's basically what I did here. Wait, did I change the yeah, points scored 31-21. Yeah, so that's basically what we did. All right. In this scenario, we are once again seeing very high returns on Derek Carr and Waller. Carr 18% captain frequency, Waller 16% captain frequency. We do see Keenan hover here. I think Eckler comes down a smidge. Renfro surprisingly comes down a bit. And man, now we have kind of a mashup here at running back. Kenyon Drake appearing in 30%, Josh Jacobs appearing in 28%. You definitely see the Raiders get shoved up here. Let's see what the texture of these custom lineups looks like. Yeah, lots of 5-1s, for the Raiders in this scenario. And I mean, we talk about it a lot. I mean, of the different ways you can get unique as far as playing a really, contrarian player. You're throwing in Alec Ingold. That's one way to get unique. Another is to just play a game scenario that the field isn't playing, because most people running the optimizers are going to get more of those Chargers onslaughts, the 4-2s, the 5-1s. So by just changing the inputs and playing a different game script, we can see what type of lineups the math is putting out for us. We also can tell too, just based on ownership in this product own here of some of these top lineups, that these are fairly unique. It does make sense in this scenario where the Raiders win by 10, that their defense is showing up in here in both of these top two lineups. Just Eckler on the bring back. I guess intuitively, I would think more of just a pass catcher in bring back, but because Austin Eckler catches a decent amount of passes, I don't think that's bad here. I kind of like some of these lineups. You do see a 3v3 here. I think this lineup is kind of fun. Darren Waller, Eckler, Bryan Edwards, Foster Moreau to help you get unique, Keenan Allen and Derek Carr. So you're able to get in pretty much most of the studs there, along with Foster Moreau, double tight end there. Anything else interesting in these scenarios? Lots of Waller and Carr captain. Lots of 5-1 onslaughts. I think this is probably how I want to build. Darren Waller. Can we find a Waller with a Renfro? Because that's what looked good to me. A Darren Waller captain with a Hunter Renfro in here. Where do we see that? Do we have it? Here we go. Darren Waller, Austin Eckler, Hunter Renfro, Kenyon Drake, Jared Cook, Derek Carr. That looks good to me, but the product own is outrageous. So it's not surprising that I landed on what also projects to be fairly popular. Can we find anything else here with a Darren Waller, Hunter Renfro lower? Okay, here we go at 15.3 product own. Darren Waller, Carr, Renfro, Keenan, Josh Jacobs, Las Vegas Raiders. I like this lineup a lot. Don't dupe me, bros. I'm begging you not to dupe me on this one. Don't dupe me. I'm telling you. I'm going to go put this lineup in. I like this one. It leaves 400 salary on the table, 15.3% product own. Had some people touting, you get Josh Jacobs, you get Raiders, and then Keenan in garbage time with Mike Williams and Herbert staying quiet. I kind of like the story that lineup tells. What was the product own on the lineup with Moreau? That one was, let's see here. Waller and Moreau. I think that was the high one. No? Where did it go? All right. This is what I need, Run the Sims. I need something to be able to select and save these lineups. So when I go back, here you go. 41% on this Moreau right here. Waller, Eckler, Bryan Edwards, Foster Moreau, Keenan Allen, Derek Carr. That one doesn't look bad either. If you want to get both Eckler and Keenan in, and then Foster and Darren Waller, that seems pretty nice. Does not seem bad at all to me. Another one up there with Roundtree. Yeah, Roundtree probably looks like a nice one here. Yeah, Darren Waller. Eckler with Roundtree is interesting. I don't know how I feel about playing two Chargers running backs in a script like this where we're projecting them to lose by 10 points. But I guess the math is telling us it works. I don't know if intuitively that one fully checks out for me. Is that sacrificing too much projected points, or is goal just to be unique? I'm much, much more willing to sacrifice projected points in Showdown than I am on main slates. Obviously you don't want to be sacrificing, 20 or 30 projected points or leaving so much salary on the table. That just, veers into the territory of being dumb contrarian. But I do think depending on your contest sizes, like I was playing last night, I was playing the 20 max contests, and there's 75,000 people, 55,000 people. I mean, I was doing weird stuff. I had weird stuff in my lineups trying to get unique there. I had Kendrick Bourne captain lineups. But if you're in the contest like I'm in here, 1,700 people, I think you can make just a couple key pivots And basically we have like 3 tools in our tool belt for getting unique. It could be with flipping the script, flipping the chalk build. So if everyone's going 5-1 Chargers, maybe we're 4-2 or 5-1 Raiders. We can play a really off the wall random flyer like an Alec Ingold, or maybe it is Chargers defense. Maybe it's tossing a kicker in there. And then our third way would be leaving a lot of salary on the table. And again, I think it's a fine line. We can go through these optimal lineups here and we can see how much salary these are generally leaving. Not leaving a ton. 48-2 here, 50, 50, 50, 50. I mean, 48-2. So it looks like what? 1,800 is about the most we're seeing here for leaving salary on the table. So I think in these single entry and smaller field stuff, you don't need to like pull out every, tool and do all of them. I think you can kind of pick one as an angle to get unique. It was last week, right? You guys were all telling me that my lineup was going to be super chalky, that you had all built it. And then there were 2 dupes. There were only 2 dupes. So ideally I wouldn't even have any dupes, but it is harder to be really duplicated in these smaller field single entries unless you're just throwing in total chalk. All right, guys, I am going to wrap this up. Be sure to check out Run the Sims. Take advantage of the free week over there. I will be back tomorrow night for Club Top Shot, and we have the Club MGMI boys. I tried to simulcast their show last week, messed it up. I think I have it right tonight. They're going to be on at 9:30. If you want to hear what's going on in the world of NFTs, good luck in your showdown contests. We will talk to you guys later.